Alright, now I think you guys know what time it is. It is time to yeet some ships, my favorite activity in this game. And I have seen some very fun rumors that say that I quit the game. Obviously I did not. I'm still here, still eating ships, still doing the thing that I enjoy the most in this game. Now, today I have prepared some let's say rather interesting encounters, should be interesting, and based on the title of this video I can definitely tell you right away, my Anubis, my space pan, is still alive. Wasn't my space pan that was yeeted. You will see very soon what I'm talking about here. And I almost forgot how pretty this ship actually is to look at. I think I'm kind of more of a fan of the blue color of the Barghest, the original color, but this thing does look very nice, and the Mordu ships are definitely nice to look at, although I will say one thing. When you look at them from the front, they appear kind of flat. So they're just nice to look at from above, since this is pretty much a pan. I mean, that's why it's called the space pan, or the flying spatula. It has a lot of different names. Anyway, let's prepare ourselves for the first encounter for today. And as you have probably guessed by the title of this video, since I'm not, I'm not losing very expensive ships that often, so definitely not my space pan that's going to be eaten. But we have a Anubis in system, and I decided to go with the space potato, with the Dominix Navy, just because I have the bombard implant, and just because this little boat slaps. Now, preferably, I actually like to use the new drones from the collaboration event. I honestly prefer those drones because they do omni damage, and they can easily bypass a yellow hardener. Their DPS is not as high as the DPS that I have on the offense drones on this ship right now, but the DPS is definitely much more stable, since it has omni damage, and it's much easier to use the new drones, because I can just group them and keep them on the first page here, while I actually have to use 2 pages on the module layout there. I have 4 scramblers and obviously a siege mode. I actually thought to drop the siege mode for a 5th scrambler because it's an Anubis, but my friend will be in a bomber to tackle the Anubis, and let me tell you, this would not be possible without the bomber to tackle the target, since obviously there wasn't a good warping and you had to kind of stealthily approach the space pan. Okay, well, siege mode is up, just to not waste the bombard on low DPS. Now I have went with everything full hot. I had disabled the siege mode to approach to scramble the space pan, because the bomber can be destroyed, so
we're under
just
attack.
to make sure that the space pan isn't going anywhere. And this is where I actually realized how big the space pan is compared to the Dominix. Look at that thing, it's huge. Space pan in hull. It's been a while since we caught a space pan. Oh, this is my first Anubis actually.
We're under attack.
There we go. Big beautiful space
We're
pan
under
explosion, and
attack.
the sentries, the pulsar drones, dropped. Beautiful. I actually thought that they might not drop because they're event stuff, but apparently they can drop. This confirms it. Beautiful. Now I know that the space span itself, it can be quite expensive. 20 plus billion is
Warp
a
drive
space span.
active.
Now, how much is a Anubis? That's the question, and let's find that out. 37.7 billion. Ouch. That's a pricey one. That's almost carrier level cost right there in that kill mail. How much is a carrier nowadays? Like 45 billion or something like that, so pretty close to a carrier. I'll take it. That's a pretty juicy one. That's definitely a pretty juicy one, and the loot's been okay as well. That's actually more loot in my cargo than I have in wallet right now.
Undocking.
And that's hilarious when you think about it. Anyway, let's go and let's yeet the next target. Now, the next target is a Drake. For some reason I just figured out, let's just use the oversized cruiser, or you know, the Macarial, as we have already established.
Warp drive active.
Even the developers acknowledged that the Macarial is a cruiser, well, the Marzio actually, but you know, it's the same thing. There is the Drake, and let's, I mean, it does lock like a cruiser as well, so it's going to work. And that beautiful autocannon rate of fire. Haven't been using barrage in a very long time. I also love how the second the shield got removed, the ship just vanished.
We're under
That's
attack.
the Macarial for you. A oversized cruiser with a lot of DPS. I actually forgot how much DPS I've had in
We're
this thing.
under
Like,
attack.
was it like 25? No, it's not. 13,000 DPS or something? I think it was 13,000 DPS. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a bit less. Since I know that the barrage has been changed.
Warp drive active.
I actually forgot if the barrage implant has been nerfed. I think it was nerfed actually. I think it was nerfed. So my DPS is definitely lower than it was, but you know, it will still get the job done, since it's the good old Macarial. And yes,
Warp
if you're
drive
wondering,
active.
is this the same Macarial that I did fly like 5 years ago? Yeah, it's the same. I love the ship. And occasionally I use it, although the Dominix Navy kind of replaced the Macarial, but you know, occasionally I use it because why not? It's still a very nice ship. I need to get my hands on a Marzio just to see how that thing will work, since apparently it can use Sino and it can be used as a Black Ops, so I really want to see how that will work. And we are back to a drone boat, Prophecy,
Warp
to
drive
command,
active.
or Prophecy command. This thing is nasty. I did take the drones from the Stratius and put them into this thing, and it, yeah, pretty much has double the DPS of a Stratius. Now that Phantasm is moving, and that Phantasm is now approaching. Oh, we have a challenger. Okay, let's see what happens to the Phantasm once my drones start to
We're
fly.
under attack.
Yeah, they are nosediving into my ship. That makes my job easier. Scrambled, webbed, and yeah. Goodbye, Phantasm. I just love this thing.
We're under attack.
There we go. That was a little That was a nice little faction cruiser snack for the prophecy. And now let me warp out. I actually thought to use the cells or the statios for this, but you know what? Battlecruisers deserve some love too, and I have some
Warp
nasty
drive
ones.
active.
I want to fly a Drake. I really want to fly a Drake and use the torpedo build Drake with a tanky build. I think that might be very fun. Can theoretically make it capacitor stable with a Nosferatu and a battery, but I can also go with a full DPS troll build Drake. Should have some very nice DPS, after all it's a Drake we're talking about.
Warp
I
drive
also
active.
had ideas for some troll guardian builds. I have a mother guardian I might use. I actually wanted to use it, but I ran out of ISK before I could build it. So that's the problem. ISK. I bought a lot of rigs for some ships in the past and haven't really recovered that since. 1.1 billion, not bad. I mean, not bad, I'll take it, not going to complain. Full DPS Phantasm build. Well, that's lovely, I'll take it. Trailblazer core, okay. Explains why this ship just vanished. I mean, even if it was a tankier one, it wouldn't make much of a difference, since this thing just slaps hard. Oh, something funny happened right here. We have scanned down a Vigilant that was running a what was the site called again? A gravitational rift, I believe. A gravitational rift for a cruiser class. Now we wanted to jump in, but there was a chance that they are hugging the gate, and you know, if they hug the gate, they can just jump and warp out. So I figured out the best course of action probably be to wait at the gate. And when did they actually add the protection once you leave the gravity rift that you can lock? It is very annoying to say the least, because I remember you used to be able to lock immediately after something jumps out, but I guess not anymore. I actually wanted to follow them inside, but a battlecruiser is not allowed to get in, and I could just go and take the cruiser and go in, but you know, they saw us and they will probably be hugging the gate. Now I think if they attempt to warp, that they will be lockable, so we will still wait and just pray that I have enough lock time to catch them before they warp out. Now gravity rift sites can be profitable, they are profitable. All of my friends is running them and they did make some decent ISK out of it. So if that Vigilant did finish the gravity rift, good chance that we might get some juicy items if we manage to catch this boat. And time to spam the lock. I'm going to spam that button until it breaks, because every single millisecond counts, and if I can lock this ship on, oh there we oh they move, oh they are in trouble now. Oh, they are in trouble. Oh yes, they are. So you can actually lock them on once they attempt to warp. Beautiful. And there goes the Vigilant, drone bombed. Excellent. And the best part about this is look at the oh some B-types and a bunch of other items. This Vigilant smells like juicy to me. And time to figure out what did we catch. Now B-type immediately puts the price tag up there. So 2.53 billion ISK Vigilant, maybe, let's find out. 3.7 actually, not bad, not bad. Active armor repaired, have a micro warp drive. Unfortunately the other B-type did not drop, but I would say I'm not going to complain. The B-type small micro warp drive dropped. That's... maybe I'll use it, maybe I'll sell it, I don't know. Do any of you guys need a B-type micro warp drive? I can probably sell that for a decent price. I don't know. 1.3 billion ISK in loot. That's nice. Not going to complain about that loot drop. It's pretty decent. Could have been better, of course. Could have obviously been better, but you know, I think being greedy is bad, and at this moment, whatever loot we get, I'll just, you know, be happy with it and enjoy the game. That's, you know, the point. I am not going to be salty and mad for a module not dropping. However, if it was my Vigilant, I can guarantee you that would have dropped 100%. Would drop the whole damn build. No, you could see the game crash there. We have been trying to catch a Battlecruiser, sniper Battlecruiser, very not slippery, but they would not want to go to a mission with anyone in local, so we had to, you know, do some tricks, you know, to catch the Battlecruiser, and those tricks worked. However, my game loved to crash there on the startup, as you could see, and I had to quickly log back in. Isn't that just lovely? In such a crucial moment, the game to crash. If I was logged out in space, I would be pretty mad now, because
Undocking.
yeah, I would waste precious time. Anyway, the Battlecruiser has been tackled, and we are, well, I'm about to warp in. They should be at 100 kilometers. That's the last reported distance from the station to the Battlecruiser to have the best warp in.
Warp drive active.
And let's see what happens next. 0 kilometer orbit, you know, the usual thing when you are engaging snipers. Oh, that's a pretty good warping actually, very close. Just a little short from my optimal scramble range, but you know, this will work. Did not want to lock the drone, that was by accident. I'll just orbit at 0 and approach. At this distance, even if they attempt to shoot
We're
at me, it's
under
not
attack.
going to do much damage. I'm too close for railguns. Yeah, as you can see, very little damage. Let's just load the second round of bombs, because why not? And this Battlecruiser is about to be deleted. I'm using normal drones, not offense drones this time around. That's why the DPS is much lower. The offense drones are on the
We're
prophecy
under
command,
attack.
and yeah, there we go. That was a good catch. That was a very good catch. Let's loot the wreck and let's get the pod and warp out. There we go. Pulling back the drones, and then we can vanish from the mission. I love the Stratius. I really do. It is
Warp drive
surprisingly
active.
a very nasty combat ship. Very nasty as a tackle. Very nasty for PvP in general, especially if you have the bombs, storm bombing plant, because of the way it works. 535 million ISK, not bad. Sniper build as expected. They had a red scanner and a integrated rig setup, surprisingly. Okay. That's kind of a interesting build, not going to lie. Integrated engineering rigs. Interesting. I also love how my keyboard just died there. I don't know, not sure what happened there with the game. Anyway, let's go to the next target. Where is my overview?
Undocking.
Not really sure what was happening there with my overview. But let's go and see what we have next. Oh, I think I know what we have next. You'll be surprised by this one.
Warp drive active.
100% will be surprised. 1000%. About to be the best kill of the decade, I believe. And this is, you know, the moments where we decide to just have some good old fun with a venture. Now you might be probably asking yourself, what the hell are two bombers in a damn Stratius doing with a venture? And I'll tell you a little story. You know, medium torpedoes, large torpedoes are known to have some very poor damage application. And well, we knew that, but you know, we decided, let's just do some, not exactly trolling, but we just decided to just have some fun, you know, good old fun. And obviously I can just, you know, delete the venture if I feel like it. But, you know, let's just enjoy the overkill that we're witnessing here. Pretty much, if there is a definition for an overkill, you're pretty much looking at it. Two bombers and a damn Stratius and a venture, and that venture actually repairs very, very well. They repair both shield and armor. You know, as I like to say, it's been 5 years. 2019 was the release, and you still see hybrid tanks. Okay, well, let's make this venture have like 100,000, you know, the damage taken. That would be pretty funny to see. That would be really funny to see. For scrummers, yeah, they're definitely not going to be able to go anywhere. And my friend actually was laughing the whole time while we were doing this. We wish I was able to record that. I think sometimes the live reactions are absolute gold. This is one of those occasions where the live reaction was really like record worthy, and would make this whole video much more entertaining. I can tell you that much, because let me tell you, I was laughing as well. I was doing this because that little venture fighting for its life, pretty much able to actually tank two bombers with obviously large torpedoes. And I think they might be able to tank my large rapid missiles. And yeah, my Stratius is actually using large rapid missiles because they fit. Okay, those missiles actually fit, and they do slap really well. Well, I mean, bombs are still the primary DPS source for this ship, but having missiles as well is you know, one thing that I like to have, just to max out the powers on this boat. And let's go and shoot down the drones, because you know, when you're having PvP, when you have a very dangerous and serious target, you make sure to destroy the drones. That's the threat. Drone boats, drones are your target, and yeah, let's just delete those drones. There we go. Damn, that venture tanking, that's a chunky one, that's for sure. That's a chunky one. They repaired armor. There we go. 62 damage with my rapid missiles. Actually, I'm surprised how low damage my rapids are doing on the venture. I mean, understandable though. I have those rapids and this ship specifically for medium to you know, larger ships, but oh, we got scanned. Well, fun is over. Have to make sure. Yeah, that's just rest in pieces, little venture. That was some of the funniest 5 minutes of well, over the last like couple months for me playing the game. Now you might be wondering who scanned, and do you remember the Battlecruiser from earlier? Yeah, that's what scanned. So yeah, that's where the scan came from, and kind of ruined our fun there. Honestly, kind of ruined our fun. We had a laugh with you know, Venture 3 actually. It was the definition of overkill. You just witnessed the definition of overkill, you know, and it's a game after all. You have to have some you have to have some fun and have a laugh, you know, occasionally. After all, it's meant to be enjoyed and meant to be played. So I think that was actually pretty damn funny that we just did here with that poor venture. But it's Eve, so things like that happen. I mean, I've seen like 150 dreadnoughts being
Undocking.
dropped on $20. So yeah, you know, it's a thing that you will see in this game. Anyway, let's go to the. Oh my God, I'm flying the Venture Black Ops. You know, it's the Venture Special Ops, or you know, Covert Ops Venture, or whatever the name is. I call it the Venture Black Ops because I used this ship
Warp
for,
drive active.
for a very specific reason. And I actually bought this ship for a very specific reason. I bought this ship to hunt other mining ships. You know, alternative mining, as I like to call it. And I actually caught some very juicy ships with this little thing. No one will suspect the Venture. No one will suspect the Venture at all. You have the cover of being a mining ship. So if you want to do some mining, and if you actually dislike the thought of mining, you can do some alternative mining, which involves using a Venture with drones and missiles, or any other weapon system that you like. I use missiles because that's the classic Battle Venture build from a couple years ago, uses missiles. However, I could actually fit medium autocannons on this little boat and have 2,500 DPS with autocannons, which is pure damn evil for a mining ship. But you know, I just use torpedoes because why not? It's just the thing that I usually do, and it already gets the job done just fine. And yeah, that was one of the more expensive ventures that I've ever seen. 163 million East Venture, because of that nanocore. I really wish nanocores were able to be dropped. That would be a pretty good catch right there if the nanocore dropped, but you know, they don't drop, so that's fine. And let's go to the next target. I am going to pick the Covert Ops Venture, the Black Ops Venture, the Sneaky Venture, the Venture that, if you see this thing somewhere, just warp off. Probably going to be a battle venture.
Undocking.
And I love this little boat because I can actually go from those mining sites, and the hills and mining sites, and I can actually go in and hunt mining ships running them. I thought about doing that, but honestly I was a little lazy to do that. I need to do it because I think that idea sounds fun. And you can
Warp
actually go
drive
in
active.
high sec and do that stuff because those nihil spaces are still combat PvP free zones. Should be PvP free zone in high sec as well. So there is one idea that you can actually try out, I guess. That's one of the things that I did not do in the game, by the way. I wanted to do it for a very long time. I didn't. Lack of time and just being lazy, which is again that's on me in this case, but it's fine. And we have another Venture 3 and alternative mining. My mining hold is actually almost full, by the way. I find that really hilarious because all the mining that I've done with this is from PvP basically, from mining ships. And I love to engage like coveters with this because it's pure gold. I love it. Anyway, that was a good catch. And I can cloak, which is the best thing about this ship. It can cloak and it can
Warp
warp
drive
cloak.
active.
Absolutely insane. I love the ship so much. It's evil and I love it. Anyway, I think that will be it for today. I had a blast recording this, by the way. That Anubis, that was a very good catch. We did have some serious targets, but at the same time we also had some fun with the smaller ships. You know, we had some fun with some ventures and stuff like that. Always have to have some room for actually having fun. Oh, never forget that. You need to have fun while playing the game. But anyway, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe, fight safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.